Not sometimes, always. And I have with me here Colonel John Bustrard, who was our senior church warden of our church in Baghdad when he was sent there. He thought he was sent there by the president. He was actually sent by God. And he's the director of our foundation on the east side of the US. And on the west side, there's somebody called Ward Scott. And he's come back to Baghdad. I think he's in Afghanistan today, though, isn't he? But he was in Baghdad last Sunday with me. He came to church. And he saw these incredible things which had happened. He hadn't been at church for so long. And he said to me that he told his Iraqi staff he was coming to St. George's this afternoon, and they said, "Oh, that's where we go when we want a miracle." And I thought, wonderful. And they were all Muslims. Our church, I told you that so many people have been killed, but many people have also run away because they thought it was too dangerous in Iraq. And I can't deny it is pretty dangerous. But when I went back last time, my curate, my assistant, who is Iraqi, he said to me, "Andrew, it's so difficult. I don't know what we're going to do." I said, "What's wrong?" "We provide relief every week for everybody. We give them a bag of groceries with their food for the week." He said, "You know, our church went down from 4,000 to about 3,500. He said, "Now it's bigger than ever." He said, "We haven't got enough money to feed all the people." He said, "What's more, they're all Muslims." So I said to him, "Oh, that's great. God will send it." He said, "Yes, he will." And we never know where our money is coming from. We have no reserves, but God always sends it. There's only 1 month in all my time that I did not have enough money. And do you know what happened then? Shall I tell them? We got blown up. And then all the money started coming. So if you ever need any extra work done, just let me know and I'll get some of my friends down. And then the money will start pouring in. Once again, it was just an example of God providing what we needed. And he always does. And so we have to be radical in our faith, radical in our practice. We must practice the supernatural all the time. Now, I don't usually talk about people who come with me, but the colonel who's with me this morning, he's like me, a boring Anglican. And last night, we went out for dinner with some of our guests and 2 of the students from here. And they prophesied directly over me and Colonel Bustrard. And I saw him this morning. I said, "Did you sleep?" He said, "No." I was far too excited by the words that he had heard last night. And that is what God is like. Expect big. He wants to do huge things. I might be in the most dangerous place in the world, but I love being there. If God has placed you somewhere, he will enable you to do what he needs you to do. He will give you the joy in being there. He doesn't make you all miserable. I've had enough of miserable people. And the wonderful thing about this place, I've seen no miserable people. I came over here just Wednesday. I'd been praying for several years that I'd be able to meet Pastor Bill. And somehow that happened. I think your wife knows how more than I do. But things are usually to do with our wives. And yesterday was an amazing day. It was the one day where I was not speaking. And I went to the healing rooms in the morning because I have multiple sclerosis, or I had it. After I was prayed for yesterday, I ran down the corridor. I ran for the first time in 12 years. Can you sit down, please? Thank you. I admit, I said to God, why here and not in Baghdad, where healings happen all the time? And he said to me, this is my place of glory here. And maybe I sent you here for a reason. It was an incredible reason. I knew that it was going to be an incredible visit here. And I knew that something was going to happen. Why? Because God had told me. God hadn't just told me. One of the rear admirals in the military, the US military, he told me as well. I said, how do you know? He said, my nephew is a student there. So God works in an incredible way, his wonders to perform. And tonight, I want to speak about being where God wants us to be and how he equips us to do what he has called us to do. And if you want to know how, read the book of Daniel. Bye.